If you're careful in the examination of the Old Testament, you can very quickly come to the conclusion that God has fulfilled every promise he ever made to humanity in the sending of his Son, and that there is only one person in all of human history who could have been him. One of the many signs that Jesus is the incarnate Son of God was the fact that all of the nations of the world came to seek him out. And not only is the nations of the world coming to seek out Jesus very clear in the texts of the gospel, it's also very clear that the proposal that God offers salvation not just to the children of Abraham and Isaac and Jacob, but to the whole world, was cause for, well, to put it politely, a great deal of consternation. Think about the Pharisee praying at the wall, and he's very proud to say, "Lord, I do everything that you ask me to do, and I am so grateful that you have not made me like those people over there." Think about when Jesus said that he wanted to go to Samaria to bring the good news. And James and John said, "Are we going to call down holy fire on those people over there?" And even after Jesus ascends back into heaven and sends his 12 apostles into the world to continue his mission, what was the very first cause of dispute among the bishops? It was over, well, does someone have to become Jewish in order to become Christian or not? And there was a huge fight among the bishops over that very question. In fact, that's what precipitated the first ecumenical council. Think of it like a big timeout. You have to bring all of the bishops together. You're going to bring the Bishop of Rome. He's going to sit at the head of the table, and we're going to settle this once and for all. And thanks be to God for most of us here that the conclusion of the Council of Jerusalem was, no, God's offer of salvation is offered to the whole world, not just to the Jewish people. And to the great relief of most of the men here, no, it is not necessary to be circumcised in order to become a Christian. But the great lesson for us right now is that the church of the 21st century finds herself in a very similar position. Well, what are we going to do about those people over there? And there's a great deal of turmoil and conflict among the bishops right now over a very similar question. And I believe that the Bishop of Rome is very clear in his response to all of this. Go and tell them the good news. Because while all of this may be a great mystery to you, and all of this may be a great conflict for you, it is very simple and very clear to God. None of this has been a surprise to him. None of this has caught him off guard. God was present to the 21st century long before you and I ever arrived here. And so I believe that Pope Francis is being very faithful to Christ's Great Commission. To go to anyone, particularly go to those people who have lost hope that God offers them anything at all. Go to those people who, standing there right now today, look at the Roman Catholic Church and say, there's nothing there for me. And no, it's not enough to just sit here and wait for them to show up. You have to go find them. You might say, well, Father, I don't know what to say. Well, we can start with 3 simple things. Jesus loves you. Jesus died to save you. And Jesus is with you now to enlighten you, to strengthen you, and to set you free. And though many things that you have done may have brought anxiety or shame or estrangement or loneliness or depression or despair to your life, the only thing that God desires for you is that you be set free, to live the life that He created you to live. And the means by which all of that is possible is available right here, right now, for you and for everyone that you love and for everyone that you will meet today, tomorrow, and every day of your life.